it's a great opportunity to come to India. I mean, India being the largest democracy and ruled by a very competent right-wing power, it's of particular importance that we support India from the international perspective. I think especially with narratives being what they are, as we've discussed here, with the global mass media being quite much of the left perspective and so on, it's very important that we meet when we can and we discuss and we share the realities within our countries to encourage a better understanding and also better intelligence of our fellow political individuals across the world. We want to have principles and what we say based on facts, and we want to know the truth. We don't want to know what we've been fed by XYZ journalists. The best thing is to come in person. There's no veil, there's no disruption. So it's a privilege for me to be here, yeah.
We will take another part talking about the relationship between the two countries and at the backdrop of your newly signed FTA. How do you look at that development, and also how it's going to usher the relationship between the two countries?
I think, as much as I might not be a fan of the Labour government and so on, this was a long time coming. Absolutely essential that we have that integration between our two economies. Not just because of the huge actual Indian descent, diaspora, and even people who have come directly from India in the UK and very active in business, in the professions and so on. It makes perfect sense that we take advantage also of their connections and their expertise and encourage greater cooperation in that way. Further, I think it's important that we see wherever we can cooperate, we should. We need to both keep India relevant to the British public and Britain relevant to the Indian public as things change, as India grows. As Britain has to consider and maybe reconsider its position in the world, we must be able to make an array of arguments for relationships in order to make them relevant. Gone are the days where you can just perhaps argue for national glory to justify geopolitical decisions. Much better when we are integrated also economically. We can start to say we are defending a wide variety of interests. Also, it helps with the political arguments, because ultimately it is in both of our interests that we cooperate, Britain and India.
I've seen that you participated in the session on terrorism as well as the recent session. What are your thoughts regarding it, and how both the countries can collaborate in future going ahead?
I think, first and foremost, India has excellent management of its internal situation. It has a colossal population. It has, of course, problems with various ideological groups and so on. But as I've said, the incarnation of, especially when it comes to terrorist ideology or Islamism or whatever, these sort of minority groups that are causing a lot of trouble and so on within communities, is to say, look, the problems in the UK relate to history and ideology, which is directly linked to India, because, of course, a great portion of our immigrant or former immigrant, maybe descended from immigrants many generations ago now, is from, of course, India.